Hey Kyle, just wanted to show you a couple of things about the 40 Days of Faith PowerPoint templates that we're using. So all I've done is here's my PowerPoint up here, and I've opened ProPresenter, File, Import PowerPoint, and I've imported it as Import Text and Graphic Objects as ProPresenter slide elements there. I found it in here, imported it inside, and then clicked OK, and it's just come through like this. So here's my PowerPoints, and if I were to click edit, you can edit the text, etc. So what I've done, let me give you an example here. I opened up the text editor, I changed all the subpoints to 42 size, and all the scripture subpoints to 36 size, and I did that for each one. And then I close the editor, and here's my first slide. Now what we need to do every time is we have 4 videos down the bottom here in the video image bin, and what those do is we have the main title video here, which is just the pop-up boy, and then this is the looping of the moving background, and then there's a pop-up boy for each main point and a looping background for him. So let me show you what they do. Here is the pop-up boy, which you'll notice stops right there because we have set him to stop here with this little stop here. But these bad boys we've set to loop because this one is just the moving background, which will loop and loop and loop until the person goes to the next point. Then the next one is this little bad boy, which is for each main point in the slideshow. And then that one also stops, and this is the looping one with the moving background still moving. So what we need to do, which I've done here, is here's the pop-up boy, which I've set to 1.4 seconds. Go to next timer, 1.4, which when you do that you have to type it in 1.4 and then you have to press enter. If you click OK, then it'll just jump to the closest second like this, 1.4. If I click OK, then you'll notice it's just 1.0. So go to next timer, 1.4, enter. It's now 1.4. What that does is it looks like this: jumping by, straight moving background, and that'll loop forever and ever. So unlike Sunday when John was talking for a while, the moving background stopped because it wasn't long enough, but this one just loops now. Then what I've done is, this is the slide one where the boy, where the stuff slides in, the boy comes on top. I've set that go to next timer at 3 seconds, which obviously I can just click because it rounds to the next second, but there's no point anything on that second. So then it will jump to the looping slide where I've got my title. So what I'll show you here is I'm going to remove that background there. I'm going to show you what I did is I just took the looping one, which lasts for 30 seconds. Where is it? There it is. And it has the round loop button, and how I did that is right click and I click loop. On these ones I clicked stop. So I drag that up onto the title, which is the title of the message. So when the title comes up, it's now got a looping, moving background that'll just go for as long as the person talks. But whenever you click on a slide that has the boy, jumping in like this and this, what you need, like the title, you need to click on the one before, so it goes like this. 3 seconds, and then it moves to the next slide, and you'll notice that our background is continuing to move. So I've just done it for one more, and this is where it gets cool. If I go into editor, here where I've changed the text to size 42 and size 36, I've then selected these ones. I've gone over to here and gone text reveal, bullet list, and what that does is it actually reveals the text in bullet form, and you'll notice that these little circles tell you how many advances you've got still left on that slide. So I'll show you here. I've put the boy in before the first point slide, so it will go like this. Click the boy, he slides in, jumps to the first point slide, and then I come down to this slide, and what it's done is it keeps the background from the first point slide just looping over this one, and then here come the circles, and they just fill in green once the first one comes up. Subpoint, scripture, subpoint, scripture, subpoint, scripture, and we will just repeat the process. So for the next point, oh, which by the way, here we go, for the first point, he might say a preacher has 6 subpoints or more than 3 subpoints, because we're just doing 3 subpoints per slide. Then here's his next slide, which I haven't edited yet, but we would obviously need to do that. Then for this we would just literally like move on without the sliding boy at the bottom. We just use the sliding boy for the main points like this. So right before the second main point, we slide him in. He needs 3 seconds, and then over the second point we put in the looping boy over that, and it looks like this. Second point. Second thing I want to do, which I didn't do here, is I want to right click on second point, add a transition, dissolve 1 second, just makes it a little smoother. A little bit nicer there. So, and I've done that on the first point there. You can see there's the transition. I've done that on the second point, there's transition, and I'm just going to do it one more time so it's clear. Put this in before the third point. Go to next timer, 3 seconds. Add looping 30-seconder over there. Add transition, dissolve 1 second. If I click on the boy, third point. It's fun, yeah. And then, like I say, then we can switch. Here's the first point with the subpoints just scrolling in. Looks very nice. This way it's not, Brandon will know that each of the points were PDFs, not text files, so they're all different sizes and stuff. This way it's all text, we can make sure it's all lined up, it's all the same size, and it looks cool. So yeah, there we go. Thanks, buddy.